This is mini lesson number 4, using layer masks. So layer masks are a way to work with images but hide portions of it rather than delete portions of it, because when you make a selection and you copy and paste something to some other document, you've left pixels behind, and that's poor form. So we want to keep all the pixels there. We just want to hide them instead of omit them. So using layer masks. So what I want you to do is go find 2 images, just like in our previous tutorial. Find a picture of a person head to toe and find a picture of a place. And what we want to do is put them into one file. So what I'm going to do is I can copy and paste him into the other file, or in this case I can select all of him. So I need to select all of him on this layer. Always make sure you're working on the right layer. If you select the wrong layer, it won't work out for you. So be on the right layer. So I've selected all of it. I'm going to copy it and paste it, edit paste here. So now we see that I have both layers here. So the key to using layer masks is this. It's really cool. Make sure you're on the layer that you want to mask. Come down to the bottom and find this little icon. It's a rectangle with a circle or a hole in it. If you hover over it, it tells you to add a layer mask. So if I click on it, I see that it's added a mask here. So it does matter what you've selected. I can either work on the picture or I can work on the mask. So let's watch this for a second. If I draw on the picture, and the way this tool works is this, is you use the brush tool. So you're going to use black and white, and black is the color that we're going to draw with on our pictures. So we have black and white. Flip that over here. So if I draw on my picture with black, it just literally draws on it. But if I draw with that same thing on the mask, I've just selected the mask, it works like an eraser. So black is our eraser, but white brings it back again. And so let me do that one more time. I'm going to get rid of this mask here. So I have my picture. I'm going to add a layer mask. I'm going to click the mask. I'm going to grab the brush tool. So black, I'm going to set the tool to black with a brush. So black is our eraser. And if I flip it over to white, white brings it back again. And I can change my brush size too. If I want a bigger or smaller brush up here, click the little icon. I can make the brush size smaller or larger. We'll see that that's happening in both instances. So the way that I would work this is this. I would use the lasso tools or quick selection tools that we've used before. I just turn these off. There's another one in my case. I'm going to use the magic wand. What it does is it selects pixels that are similar. He's on a white background, so if I just click the white, it does a pretty good job of selecting him, or I can ramp this up. This would be a different tutorial. But I would use the lasso tools, like I taught you, to make a selection around someone. We don't want to, remember, we don't want to select the person or the object. We want to select everything else. If you've traced out your person, you can always go to select inverse and it'll flip it around. I also notice in this case that around his arms, I need to remove this stuff from my selection here. So I'm going to trace that out really nicely, because I don't want this in there. And on my mask, I just add the mask up, where black is my eraser. I'm going to just get a bigger brush and erase all of those pixels. So instead of deleting pixels, we're just hiding pixels. So that I can see right here the black part. So this is what I've hidden. And I can always bring it back. So I can go to select, deselect to turn that off. And let's say that, like right here on his ear, I want to get rid of that. So I might get a really small brush. Black is our eraser. So I can just kind of erase that. Or say like I accidentally got rid of his whole ear. Uh-oh. Rather than just lose it, we want to bring it back. So white can bring it back. So that's what's important about, and that's why it's important to use layer masks. And again, Control T on your main photograph that you want to rescale, and you can just make them, whatever size looks appropriate in the scene. So that is how you use layer masks.